everybody, and welcome once again. My name's Joy Culpepper, as my husband likes to call me, the crazy goat wife, and we run Culpepper Livestock, where we raise registered boar goats, weatherbred boar goats, as well as cattle. Also, we have livestock guardian dogs, Anatolians and Turkish Bas. Today's a pretty exciting day here at Culpepper Livestock. We've got an AI scheduled, which is artificial insemination, and I'm going to walk through some of the process of that with y'all. First, morning duties. Got some bottles to go give, so I'm going to go get the morning chores done. We're going to get hooked up to the trailer and get these 3 girls loaded up, and we'll be on the road. See y'all soon. On the road, back seat there. I don't know if you can see it. I got my buck in the tank, and we are ready to go get these girls bred. Pretty excited about these crosses here coming up. But anyway, now that I'm on the road, my phone is in the little carrier, so I am hands-free, paying attention to the road here. Halfway cooled off here. It is extremely hot and humid down here today. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about the AI process here. There's a couple of different ways you can do artificial insemination, or for short, AI is what most of us call it. One of the main ways you can do it is transcervical, which is inserting the semen through the cervix, and from there, into the uterus, and then fertilizes the eggs and so forth. Another way you can do it is laparoscopically, which is, they call it a lap AI. Basically what they'll do is they'll knock the doe out, put her in a sling to where she is upside down and, on her back and, halfway upside down hanging. They'll make a teeny little incision, put a scope in there, and instead of going through the cervix, they inject the semen directly into the uterine horn. The success rate is definitely quite a bit higher on a lap AI. There are pros and cons about each way. I've had somebody come out and try to do a transcervical, was not successful. It is very hard to time it out. The timing has to be absolutely perfect to do a transcervical. You have to watch the cervical mucus and the colors of it and all of that, and a lot goes into it. The lap AI, like I said, is definitely more successful, but to each their own. It is surgery, and with a goat, goats are the best candidates for anesthesia, so you always have that risk, and that's something to consider for sure. The risk on a transcervical, for the big one not being, the success rate is not as high. It's about 50 to 60%, where it's closer to 75 to 80% on the lap AI being successful. The cervix is an extremely sensitive and kind of a fragile organ, and one wrong move and you can do some damage. And if you build any kind of scar tissue up in that cervix, the doe's basically done. She won't be able to kid out because the cervix won't dilate properly during labor and birth. If a higher success rate that way. But with 4 kids to chase around and a bunch of other goats, I just physically can't sit out there and babysit them for 24/7 while this is happening. So what we do, first of all, before we even begin this process, they get checked over for health from head to toe. They're going to get a hoof trimming. I'm going to check them for lice. I'm going to run a fecal, check for worms, see if they need to be dewormed or not. I'm going to go in and give them any vaccinations if they need a vaccination. If they are due for their multi-min, which is a vitamin and mineral injection, I will go on and get them updated on that. And I like to do that 14 to 30 days before we're going to start prepping them for an AI. And even the same process that we're going to do a flush. So once I've gone through all this, they're healthy, they're good to go. We've got our date set. I'm given the dates by our AI tech. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little guy. This is called a cedar. It is a progesterone, not implant, but it does go directly into the vagina. And it's painless. It goes into this little tube, which I did not bring with me to show you guys. You lube it up, you slip it in there, and it just sits right inside there. It's got the little clear string on it. It does have a little ball on the end. I cut those off because I have found in the past with my goats, they like to go around, and if they can get their teeth and their mouth around it, they'll pull each other's cedars out. And then you have to start the whole process over. So you put the cedar in, it's got the progesterone in it, and it slowly releases over time. And progesterone basically makes their body think that they're pregnant. So their cycle stops. You leave this in. There's different protocols. Some people say 14, some say 18, some say 21. Some people only do 6 to 9 days. I personally kind of like to stick in the middle, around 14 days or so. 14 days, go in, and I'm going to pull the cedar out. And then here's where every AI tech is a little bit different as well. Some people like to give luteolase, which is another form of a hormone, and it helps to bring the corpus luteum, which is getting their cycle, because estrus, O-U-S, is the whole reproductive cycle of a goat. People have the same thing, all mammals do. Estrus, U-S, is the actual heat that the goat comes in. And the lute is helping to bring her into the estrus, U.S. estrus. Then you can give another hormone. The one that I gave this group of girls is PG600. Oh, by the way, the lute is a prescription medication that you'll have to get through a licensed veterinarian or have a prescription for it. PG600, you do not, cedars, you do not have to have a prescription to purchase. The PG600, once these follicles are made using the lute, the PG600 will basically, it's a hormone that tells these bodies to release the eggs. Release, the follicles will burst, the eggs will be released, and then 12 to 24 hours later, I believe, or maybe up to 60 hours. It depends on your AI tech and the individual goat. That's when you'll go in and you'll AI. And it also depends if you're doing transcervical or lap as to how far after you do this. Anyway, you can also do this exact same process if you're just trying to sync your does up so that all your kids are born at the same time, and you can just sync them all up, give them the injections, do all the hormones, turn them loose with a buck. Of course, your buck's gonna be really busy, but if you want a set due date, or pretty approximate due date, that's one way that you can do it. So anyway, cedered them, pulled the cedars, you lute them, you give the PG600, and now we're loaded up and we're on our way to get them bred. So I'm going to try to get some pictures of our AI tech doing the process. Hopefully I get some good ones for y'all. better chance of them maintaining it, not aborting, or it not sticking, because their body's like, okay, I'm pregnant. But anyway, that's how it goes. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get some pictures for you guys later. Hopefully it'll work out, and then in 30 days I'm gonna pull out my ultrasound machine and say a few extra prayers that we have some babies in these girls, because these are some pretty exciting crosses here. We'll talk to you in a little bit.
These girls are home and unloaded and happy now. Thank y'all for listening today.